Yeah. 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 What you know about benchmark? They're speaking them facts that you wanna hear. That rapper jersey, the vision is clear. Diamonds glisten like a chandelier. You know what I'm here for, like Marshawn Lynch. At clutch time, we do not flinch. Real brothers, we do not switch. Hit home runs with the right pitch. Who run the city? What to do when they hating on you? I feel like Kobe 2010. I ain't taking an L, all I need is a win. Business is business, you know how they go. You playing the seats, now it's time to grow. Tune in now, gotta be in the know. Showtime, bitch, my about to blow. You know.
Live right now. Welcome back to the Bench Mob Podcast. This is the episode 100. We live, baby. This is the episode right here. We told y'all we had a surprise. We've been putting on some work. We got the equipment, so we live here today. Well, tonight. Shout out to Bubba Cools for hooking us up with food. We're gonna work on something with a sponsorship or something like that. But of course, I'm joined here by my man to the left of me. Yo, I'm really getting my stuff messed up. To the right of me, I got CJ Moneybags in the building. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. We off that Bubba Cools right now, so you know the stomach full. The stomach is full. We had that mambu sauce too.
Shout out to DC.
I don't know if people know about mambu sauce, but it's like a sweet ketchup with some. I can't even get into it right now, but go get that mambu sauce.
Don't plug them just yet.
But for real though, shout out Bubba Cools because they definitely hooked us up. But yeah, man, life is good. Tomorrow, Friday.
Facts. Of course, to the right, we joined by Greg, Mr. Hot Takes. Debate Your Mother. Sinsmere's in the building.
Yeah, bro, it's weird. It's weird to be in person right now. I'm not gonna lie. This feels a little different, but no, it's dope. And you know, shout out Bubba Cools really did hook shit up. I got like 400 wings.
You're not lying.
I got like 400 wings. So nah, man, they took care of us, but it's good. It's good to be in person. I'm excited about this show for real.
And of course, we are joined by the smooth operator. Y'all can't see the waves right now. We're going to work on the camera angle. But Mr. Miles, left-handed smooth operator Davenport is in the building. How are you doing tonight, man? How you treating the ladies?
I'm doing good. I don't have the waves right now, but that might be why I'm a little slow with the ladies right now.
Oh, all right. So it makes sense. You slow with the ladies and Knicks on the losing streak. It all.
A one-game losing streak.
It all.
See,
Right.
Lakers fan, he happy as hell that they snuck one out that night.
Hey, a win is a win, bro.
You're right.
Y'all supposed to win that game.
Lakers played championship defense, bro. That was a great win.
Too elite. Like
The Knicks are for real.
but that was like the little brother. Like y'all play good D, but let's
You know why Knicks lost that game, right?
Yeah, they ain't boxed out. It's on D Rose head.
Well, it's that, but like also we need someone else besides Julius Randle to be taking shots in the last 2 minutes of the game. But we can talk about that later, I guess. Get Zach LaVine or something. For real.
Well, we're gonna start off. We left off with this last episode. We talked about it. Draft. Out of all the picks, there was not any picks from an HBCU selected. The last time an HBCU player was selected was in 2020, 7th round, Latavius Simmons by the Bears. Most of the black colleges, obviously, this year, they were shut down because of COVID. What do y'all think can be done, if anything, to try to get some more HBCU prospects into the league?
So I've never heard of like a really great HBCU program before. You know, like
As far as Grambling and Southern.
Right, and so you know more than I do because I haven't even heard of them. So I can't even act like, I mean, obviously, there's reasons why HBCUs are disadvantaged. That's overall. That's not even about football. So we can talk about that. That's a whole different podcast. But we're going to talk about from a sports perspective. There's a lack of resources in HBCUs, anyways, overall. So it's not like they have access to all the same things, right? Like all the same resources. You don't have like the brand new locker rooms, the new fields, all that stuff, and so it's tougher to get coaches out there. Now that being said, I think they'll find you where you're at. If you're that good, they're gonna find you regardless. So I'd like to think at some point that'll break. How long ago was that? And you said
2020.
So last year, but seventh round is what it was.
Seventh round. It was 3 players already that's been signed in free agency that were undrafted. So they're getting in there. It's just a matter of, like, we saw one of the bigger names, Deion Sanders, who obviously is a coach now for HBCU. He went on a nice little rant explaining how this can't happen anymore. But as you mentioned, though, they're disadvantaged as is. So you saw the Alabamas and the top colleges still able to have seasons.
Yeah.
The whole MEAC conference didn't have, which is one of their stronger conferences, like the Morgan States and whatnot. They didn't even have a whole season because of COVID. They couldn't afford to be able to still do that. So I think that's more of what caused the HBCU players not to be picked up, mainly because of COVID. But I mean, this isn't per se new.
Yeah,
like it's not like out of 7 rounds and 256 picks that they're picked often anyway.
I was going to say too, like the real question is going to be about how you see in basketball. Mikey Williams was thinking about going to HBCUs. Like, is that even going to start happening?
Right.
The top players in the country start going to HBCUs and start committing there, right? If that starts happening, then it's a whole different conversation now. Because now you're going to have the money, you're going to have the funds to play, no matter what the circumstances are, because sponsors are going to want to back your program when you have players that good.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you just touched on it, like, if I'm the top player and I consider going to an HBCU, you already mentioned the fact that, hey, they don't have those locker rooms to attract you to go there. They don't have the fan base to attract you to go there. You're going to go and play in, pretty much in front of D3 fans, where you maybe get, 500 people come out to your game, or do you want to play in front of 50,000? So it's that too. Just the exposure that you're going to get at a HBCU isn't the same as you're going to get as an LSU in Alabama. So that makes it difficult as well.
Yeah, one of the most well-known HBCU alums, Doug Williams, who now is the senior advisor for Washington football team, he said, it's hard to believe that not one guy is worthy of being drafted. That, to me, that's a travesty. Hopefully we can fix it. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't think, it's going to be anything that changes drastically where, first round HBCU player from Graham. No, it's not happening because it's just it's viewed completely differently. Like, we're going to keep it a stack here. Like, the HBCU competition isn't on the same level as Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's people there though that can, like, all right, man, this boy can play in this league. I mean, look at Darius Leonard on the Colts, linebacker, all pro. He came from an HBCU.
South Carolina State.
There's got to be a few more of him that people are just missing out on.
Yeah, I just think this is how the scouts view it though. They're going to look at it. I'm not going to take the person from Morgan State. I'm going to take the person that played against Alabama, Clemson as competition. So I think I completely agree.
It's a fair point too, though.
I completely agree. There's definitely some people that's talented that can play. Just like you look at in basketball, there's some players that's in D3. Duncan Robinson, great example. Not the highest level of basketball, but he's in the league doing his thing right now. Some might say he's struggling, because he's not in a bubble, but that's a whole nother conversation right there.
Oh, God.
Transitioning to one of the other topics that we talked about that kind of had Greg riled up. His hair was standing up. It wasn't on the curly wave anymore when we was talking about Tim Tebow. So Tim Tebow is back in the league. I just want to read the quote from Urban Meyer. He says, "We have not signed Tim as of yet." He clarified this on a Chris Collinsworth podcast. He was in the best shape of his life. Asked to see if he could work out with a couple of our coaches. Urban Meyer says he wasn't even there. They came back to him and said, "Wow, this guy's in incredible shape. He looks like he's 18 years old, not 20, whatever he is, 33. So it's a whole love fest going on in Jacksonville. Supposedly Tim Tebow looks in the greatest shape. He looks like he's 18, graduating from Montclair State. What's your takes on it? I want Greg to go first because I know you started sweating. We saw the sweat marks on your shirt just hearing Tim Tebow is back in the league.
It's not even, Tim Tebow could very well be in the best shape of his life. I don't think they're lying. That guy's a great athlete. He's one of the, they say he's the greatest college quarterback of all time. Now, is that the case? I know a lot of people that would argue that's not true, but he was a great winner. He won a lot, right? He was a great competitor. So I respect him as an athlete, but the idea that he can step away from the game and not step away from the game, be forced out of the game because he just wasn't good enough to play quarterback, and then come back on a whim because he knows a guy. And it's not just a guy; it's the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have a connection, but it's ridiculous. It just reeks of nepotism. It reeks of, and even though they're not family, like I know that Urban Meyer views him as a son, right? As a headline, I was out there. So this is a merit-based business. Football's a merit-based business. Sports is a merit-based business. It's not. It's more than It's all about you earn what you get. You earn your keep. So the idea that he can just step back in the league because his guy got a coaching job is ridiculous. And the Tim Tebow thing is so layered because I know that some fans would be irritated by it, but I know a lot of fans that would love it because he struck a lot of chords people. He was likable. He was a Christian, white.
I'm telling you, he's going to be the greatest chaplain the NFL has ever
Christian
seen.
and white, bro. But super Christian though. Like to the point where
John 3:16 on his face every game.
Yeah, and like that strikes a chord with the evangelical crowd, and that's like religion aside. Religion plays a part in this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it matters.
He's still in the Bible Belt area too, since he's gonna be in Florida. So
big.
It's gonna work out for them.
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued though to see, like, I want to know what the over under is on him getting catches this season, because whatever it is, I'm taking the under.
He ran off a route to the flat with the Jets and got hit in his head. When he dropped back to the quarterback in his first practice with the Broncos, he threw a ball that went 2 yards. Like it's tough. It's tough. Like he's likable. He seems like a likable guy, although he seems out of touch. Some of the things he said on first take have been troubling. But it's just crazy to me how it's all working out right now. He's gonna get in the league and get embarrassed. He's gonna try to block somebody he shouldn't try to block. And it's going to go badly. Or he should make their roster. But the Jaguars, are they interested in being a serious football team?
No, this is why Urban Meyer is going to be out in 2 years.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, people are letting him do what he wants. And here's the problem that I have with it. This has been, weighing on me since the last time we all had spoke about it. It really does put weight on you because it goes beyond football at the end of the day. Because it goes about what we talked about with Urban Meyer feeling like he can do what he wants to do because he's white. He feels like he could hire that coach because he has a relationship with him and, dismisses the fact that coach was racist, right? And dismisses the allegations that were made against him. But my father sent me something earlier today from the good brother Mark Hill, host of BET News. And Mark was talking about the fact that, he was getting riled up over the fact, right? And he said something that was very intriguing. He said, Tim Tebow is not the problem, but he's a reminder of what is. And that, when I heard that, bro, I had to rewind it and listen to it again. Tim Tebow is not the problem. He's a reminder of what is. And if you Tim Tebow, I'm sure you got to feel a certain type of way too, hearing all these players, these black African American players saying like, hey, you may deserve a shot in the league, but not before this guy. And if we're talking about certain players, right, there's plenty of tight ends like we talked about that played last year, right? And still don't have a team. Still haven't signed it. We could talk about the third string quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles last year, Richard Rodgers, right? Richard Rodgers caught 3 touchdowns last year on, I think, what was it, 28 receptions, 24 receptions? Talk about Trey Burton. We all remember him from the Chicago Bears. He had some touchdowns last year. He had 2 or 3 touchdowns last year on similar receptions. I think 24 receptions with the Colts. So, I mean, we had people that played games in 2020, and Tim Tebow hasn't played in years, and he's getting a shot before people that scored touchdowns last year. That don't sit right with me.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I mean, Miles, where you stand now, I want to go into the rant.
I mean, it's unfortunate that, like, Tebow, like you say, he's a very likable guy, but this is one of those situations where he's not a fit in the NFL anymore. Like, he came in the league as a quarterback, first round somehow, then didn't pan out. They wanted you to switch positions to, like, what, fullback or something? Didn't work out there, so you retired, went to play baseball. Now it's almost like a sideshow. Like, it doesn't even seem like it has anything to do with football at this point. It's like, we're going to keep giving him chances to come in the league, and maybe he'll show something, maybe he won't, but it's Tim Tebow. We gotta give him a shot. So I don't get it. I don't understand why people love to give him a shot in the NFL when his first and second stint didn't really work out at all. So, and it's not like he's young. He's 33, like you said. So
the other thing that I point out with that too is, like, he had a chance to stay in the league. He chose not to. Like, nah, I'm gonna play quarterback, which is fine. Go ahead, be stubborn. Believe in yourself, bet in yourself, all that good stuff. But it's not much to bet on when you're Tim Tebow playing quarterback. But he wanted to bet on himself, so.
That's right, because he wanted to play with the Jets as quarterback. It didn't work out, so they just
it's
had
like,
him run some
you feel me?
routes.
Like,
Still.
how does he get another chance? This guy stubbornly said no to the NFL. No, I'm not switching positions, which is fine. That's great. Believe in yourself. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ. That's great. But even Jesus was probably looking at him like, bro, this is not your
Don't
purpose.
go there.
This is not your purpose.
But I also, they don't play by the same rules in general. White people don't play by the same
Of course.
rules. So
Of course.
it's not the same. And there's we have a lot of white listeners. I hope, Frank, I would like to think that you guys don't take this the wrong way when I say this, but it's 100% true. There's a whole different set of rules that white people play by, that black people don't play by, that black people don't get to play by. We don't have that luxury. So it's all a big reminder of that. That's what you were talking about from that Mark Hill quote. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
In corporate America, same thing, right? You get leapfrog for that promotion by your white counterpart who may not deserve it as much. Or it's the same thing. It reeks of that. So it's no different. Sports is a microcosm of life. So him getting a shot to play tight end, bro, it doesn't. He ran a 4. He ran like what did he run like 4.7?
4.7, yeah.
It was in the 4 still? I thought it was like 5. So
No, it was 5.
He could run a little bit, but
5 is ridiculous.
I was capping.
Bottom line is racism is still alive and well in the NFL.
It's
Alive and well in the world.
There you go.
Alive and well in the world. I tell people this all the time. What us four do is the hardest thing in the world. Oh, being a podcast? No, being black. That's one of the hardest things to do in this world is being a black man. You don't get much leeway. It's not much of a leash you could do.
No.
Your life is on the line daggone every day when you wake up, go outside the door. You don't know what's going to happen. You just pray everything work out well, and that's it. But a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't put themselves in our shoes and have that empathy. But trust and believe, we love our white listeners. We love y'all. We just educating y'all. Just letting y'all know what it is. Y'all have it way better than y'all than we do. Y'all probably might have 4,000 followers already if it was y'all podcast, but that's a whole nother story right there. Would y'all tune in? They said it's going to be a 30-30 on Tebow. This man played with Aaron Hernandez in college. He turned into a passer, won a playoff game, went to be an analyst, wasn't good at it, played baseball for 6 years, then comes back and plays tight end for the Jaguars.
I would 100%. That's a movie.
yeah.
That's a movie. And that's the sad thing about it. He doesn't need football anymore. Football's already passed him by, but he's still trying to chase this dream like a 10-year-old, bro. Like, it's just, you're making this bread, you're on college game day. He's not bad at breaking down the game. He knows what he's talking about.
Bro, I used to love waking up on Saturday mornings, and I'm not trying to cap. Like, I didn't go listen to College Game Day to listen to Tim Tebow, but when he was on it, he was speaking facts because he was speaking from his experience playing college football and being a dog as a college football quarterback. Like, he had a good career. He did his,
great career.
Yeah, ESPN. No, I'm talking about broadcasting.
Yeah, great career.
All right. Bro, he was probably getting to the bag.
Honestly, what he really should have just did, you could have stopped it at the pastor part. He could have just been a young Joel Osteen and ran a mega church.
And not let people not let people get refuge in there when there's a giant flood too. That whole part.
Yeah.
Even
We know the
baseball,
vibes
though,
with that.
he milked that for 6 years.
Yeah. Mets gave him a little
It's
contract.
not like he was just doing that for 2 years. I mean, he kept that thing going for 6 years.
What?
He's a stubborn
Baseball.
man.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say he's a stubborn man. Is he married?
Nah, you gotta be.
He
You gotta be. There's no way.
I don't know.
I just gotta be married.
I'm just saying, shout out to whoever Mrs. Tebow is, because that's one stubborn dude.
And don't think this is a knock on Tim Tebow because it's not. Again, this isn't Tim Tebow's fault. It's the people that allow this to happen, him to make those leaps without having to go through proper protocols and whatnot, and pay his dues like the rest of the people.
Oh, I'm knocking him because he shouldn't even be trying this. He know better. He taking advantage of that because I know Urban Meyer. He know darn well he shouldn't be no tight end. He shouldn't be a fullback. He shouldn't be a quarterback.
Come on, bro. He knows.
He not good enough to tie nobody's cleats on that field right now.
No.
But he knew I got a man inside the office.
A Florida man.
A Florida man. I'm good. I'm straight. That's when you know you got the person at school. You about to get in trouble, but you know the security guard.
Shout out Mr. Evans, best security guard out there.
Hey Wanda. Yeah. Let me slide you a couple dollars and we straight, right? All right, bet. That's what it is, bro.
It's sad, but it's true.
The NFL schedule has been released now. We're not gonna go into all 17 weeks because that'd be too much time right there. That's a whole length podcast. But we trust and believe we're gonna touch on it. We're gonna have a whole fantasy show because I know I've been getting a lot of people that come to my jobs like, oh, that's a podcast. Do y'all do fantasy? So we're gonna add fantasy in because it's always some money in that. But trust and believe. Once we start though, I'm gonna set a disclaimer. Do not hit us up when you losing money. Do not hit us up when you can't pay your mortgage. Bench Mob ain't got nothing to do with that. So I'm going to set that disclaimer. This is all our opinions and what we believe. Now, if y'all win money off of that, y'all should do what they do in church. You got to give a 10% tithe to the Bench Mob podcast. Throw that out there. What is some of the intriguing week 1 matchups for y'all? Of course, everybody's already talking about the Cowboys, Bucks. You got the Jets, Panthers, Sam Darnold revenge game. What's the biggest games that's sticking out to you from this week 1?
I'd say the Browns Chiefs game.
Yes, sir.
Because those are the 2 best teams in the AFC right now, in my opinion. Like, now you get to see Baker a second year after he had a bounce back year last year. So let's see what you can do. You're getting your weapons back. Odell's back. They built this defense around you to hold teams to little points. So let's see what he does.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's the game that's on my radar. Even when the Bengals are playing, even when Joey B coming back from an injury, listen, stop it. I'm thinking about Baker Mayfield, and just because of the leap he made last year, and again coming back with a healthy Odell Beckham, right? Donovan Peoples-Jones looked good last year, and we're not even talking about Jarvis Landry. They got some other pieces on their offense. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm excited to see their defense too. How Jadeveon Clowney plays because he's playing for that contract, that future contract, I should say. But Patty Mahomes, we know what he does, and they just picked up that boy from Clemson, Powell, to replace Sammy Watkins. So I mean, they're gonna have some pieces as well too. So that's gonna be a great game because that could be a future playoff game down the line.
Yeah. What you gotta say, bro? The Cowboys don't deserve a prime time game.
Yeah, no.
But you know the vibes though. The Cowboys, how many years they keep still getting the prime time Thursday Thanksgiving game. You don't really want to watch it. You already the turkey done gone bad.
That's tradition,
and you gotta it's tradition. But again, we already had this discussion. This is America's team. It's tradition. It's tradition. It's tradition. Yes, they do, because America is trash. America is bad, bro.
While we on the Thanksgiving game, my sister sent it to me today of the teams that are going to be playing, and it's the Cowboys again.
Of course.
I know we all sick of seeing them lose. What else was it? It was the Bills, the Bills Saints. I ain't mad at that. Josh Allen's going to do his thing. Hopefully Jameis does his thing. And then it was the Lions and the Bears. I mean, we excited to see Justin Fields, I'm sure, see how he does in his rookie year. But, hey, they got two teams that they got to stop putting in are the Lions and the Cowboys. You got to switch it up.
They're going to keep that going, unfortunately. Like I said, unfortunately. Greg, first game, Broncos-Giants. Broncos got a pretty solid defense. What are you predicting Daniel Jones throwing 4 touchdowns, 350 yards? How is this first game going to go?
I think they're going to win. I think the Giants will win that game. I think the Giants are going to win at least 10 games this year. I think if they don't win any more, if they don't win more than 10 games, the heads are going to roll. Gettleman's going to get fired. And I love what Gettleman's done. I think he's done a good job. I said it on the podcast. If you put that "oh no" behind it on the TikTok, this guy's been doing a good job since that first year. His first year was bad. Every year has been good. I'll stand on that. But I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win that game. All the new weapons they have. Look, the Broncos actually have a pretty good backfield. The Broncos aren't bad defensively at all, like you mentioned. But
Patrick Surtain now.
But there's ways the Giants can run the ball. They can play any type of game you want to play now. Even if Daniel Jones is struggling, let's just say he's struggling.
Which he probably will be.
No, you won't. But ground and pound.
Let's just say.
You gotta go. With Saquon, there's a crazy stat out there. And I'm going to go off the top of my head. These may not be the exact right numbers. You can look it up. With Saquon, Daniel Jones is a significantly better quarterback. He has like 23 touchdowns to like 6 interceptions. Without him, he's got like a 17-10 ratio.
Of course, I'm 30 times better with my wife. So what you saying?
See, you trying to make a joke? I'm so with all these weapons they have, bro. All Daniel Jones has to do is game manage. And I know he's so much more talented than that. I know he's better than that. He can make all the throws that game managers can't make. So I'm predicting a big year. I think the Giants are going to win that game. They can run away with it. That defense is going to give. And if Drew Lock is a quarterback, now if they get Aaron Rodgers, let's have a different conversation. But if Drew Lock is the quarterback,
what about Teddy?
Then if Teddy Bridgewater is the quarterback, they're going to give Teddy Bridgewater all the time too.
I don't think they'll be able to keep up point for point.
Who?
Broncos.
Yeah. Did you see?
Calm down, bro.
He about to snap my neck.
Who? Did you see what they did to Russell Wilson last year? The Giants defense. This defense is not a fluke, and they got better. Oh no, that wasn't a fluke. That wasn't a fluke. They confused that guy. Yo, do you watch the game, bro? They confused that man. It
had nothing to do with their offensive line.
Real life struggling, huh?
Nothing had to do with their offensive line.
They were sacking him, but they were just dropbacks where he was just throwing it into nothing. Like that's really what it was out there. He was throwing it into nothing. Like that Giants defense is real. They got better this offseason. They're gonna be healthy. Yo, man, on defense and offense, they're a better team. I expect the Giants to win that game. It's gonna be a good first game to get warmed up, and then we'll take off from there. You got some hard ones too on the schedule. Well, I saw.
Of course, we definitely gonna talk about the full schedule. What y'all think about this Packers Saints game? A lot of people been talking about it. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be the starting quarterback week 1?
That's the question.
Because
What'd you say?
I don't think.
Yeah. You don't think so?
No, I just couldn't hear. You said that's a what?
All I said was yes.
Oh, all right. I thought you said something else. I'm tripping.
Because I don't think anybody's going to tune in for a Jordan Love and Jameis Winston matchup.
I think they put both games on. I think they put the Packers, Saints, and Giants, Broncos on primetime TV, the afternoon games, in case they have to flex one out because Aaron Rodgers gets moved. The Broncos are on TV, and the Giants only have that game on primetime TV in case Aaron Rodgers is traded to the Broncos. So that's how I know those rumors are real. That's why I think this is my conspiracy theory. I just think that's exactly what they're doing. For real, I think that
it's not a bad idea.
They're prepared to make a switch at the drop of a dime. If he is traded for week 1, they're going to flex the other game and put it on.
I think they're doing that even if he's not traded. If he just says, I'm not playing, the NFL is about their money. So we going, all right, well, that's cool. Aaron Rodgers don't got to play. We gonna put a better game on for the better product because nobody is watching Jordan Love, and he might be elite.
I would watch Jordan. I would tune in. I wouldn't watch.
I want to see how he plays.
I want to see how he plays.
He's a first round pick. So.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's gonna be interesting. Look, if Jordan Love is bad in Wisconsin, please someone get him the National Guard, get him security. It's hard enough being black everywhere, but being black in Wisconsin and being bad at football. You might not make it. So I hope for him he's good. I hope he does well.
Next one, before we transition, Jets at Panthers. How do you see this game going out? Looking at Sam Darnold.
We'll take a seat for this one.
This is going to be poetic justice.
Looking at Zach Wilson with this matchup. Sam Darnold has already came out and said it's circled on his calendar. He got something special for them.
I don't think he said that. You're making that up. That doesn't even sound like something Sam would say.
He got some work for you guys.
He's in a different mindset now. So
he went to Carolina, and it's different.
Drinking that Cam Newton juice.
Pause. That's a big pause.
Honestly, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. It would have been better if it was in MetLife, but they didn't want to do that to Sam. First game.
Visit? They don't play.
They're going to Carolina to play him.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying they don't. The Panthers will come back. They wouldn't play him twice. So
No, ain't nobody going.
They might play y'all at home, but
they play us at home.
Oh, okay.
We play on that.
But I think, of course, they're gonna compare the two quarterbacks after this one game, even though it's only one game. Like you can't judge Zach Wilson if he plays well, if he plays bad off of this one game. That's what it is. But all eyes are going to be on Sam because now he's got the weapons. Now he's away from Adam Gase, which, I mean, any player that's away from him seems to do well. So I'm rooting for him, not on week 1, but I'm rooting for him to do well. And I think he's going to have a good bounce back year. But I think that the right decision was to go with Zach Wilson, reset everything, and build around him the right way, because we know that Sam wasn't used or developed the right way in New York.
It's a good chance that Sam has a big day. It's a good chance Sam goes crazy.
I'm thinking at least 2 touchdowns.
I'm thinking, that's like a look.
2 touchdowns and
Standard day. I mean, he can throw 2 touchdowns easy. We got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, McCaffrey,
who was also a former Jet. That
He throwing 2 touchdowns.
I never understood
quarter.
why.
No.
I never understood why they let him go.
Their defense isn't. The Jets' defense wasn't rebuilt in this draft. That's the problem spot. It's the defense. So he's gonna have a field day.
I mean, we picked up some pieces in the offseason.
Carl Lawson ain't gonna do it for you, big fella.
I mean, I don't know if the offense.
You wanted him so bad to come back, but now you want to.
He didn't sack Daniel Jones to say that. He didn't touch Daniel Jones.
I love how it always comes back to Danny Dobbs.
First of all, Daniel Jones didn't even play that game, so we didn't play the whole game.
No, he did.
He didn't. Colt McCoy came in for the whole second half.
No, he did not. He came in for the fourth quarter.
That was the best.
Colt McCoy definitely came in the third quarter. No, pull it up. He came in the third quarter. I'm telling you.
He's in the whole second half. Now it's third. So what is it?
But you said he didn't play to the fourth. What is it? It's the third.
I was going to say this.
Uh-huh.
My head is still stuck on the fact that this man said that Daniel Jones not going to throw more than 23 touchdowns. It was 22.
No, he said 23. But
Disrespect.
Who?
it could happen.
It's not going to happen.
If he gets benched, he's not going to reach it.
You think he's going to get benched?
He's not getting benched. Who's he getting benched
No,
for?
you don't even think he's going to get benched.
What's the over under on his interceptions? What's the over under on his turnovers in general? Interceptions, fumbles. What you think is going to be?
18.
12.
I say
12.
I say 15 to 18.
I'm gonna go 15.
15 to 18.
No,
Yeah.
12 in total.
15 to 18. I'm right there with you.
Daniel hasn't played 2 years consecutively in the same system with the same coach. This is his first time.
Yeah, but I think he's going to take a lot of chances now that he has some
You see
weapons.
how Greg moved differently though, right? It's excuses for the white quarterback.
Shut up.
He wasn't doing this for Cam when he put him top 10. He was like, "Are you crazy?
No,
Are you drunk?"
that's different. Chill out.
Nah, you just threw me under the bus low key. You threw me under the bus low key. He thought he was helping me out.
I was a deleted episode.
You put that out.
Aired me out.
No, it's not excuses though. It's reasons. It's reasons why this man has not been. He hasn't looked like a 6 overall pick since year 1. Year 1, he did look like a 6 overall pick outside of the fumble.
He shouldn't have been a 6 pick to begin with, but that's a
could've
different
been.
story.
If he fumbled all that, he got another 6 pick.
Hey, now you can justify
Yeah,
it.
Dwayne Haskins didn't work out. You can justify it. You can just and
Dang, Dwayne, you had to name Dwayne though.
What?
You had to name Dwayne. We're gonna kick a black man while he done.
Shut up.
That's crazy. This supposed to be the most woke person on our show. Tag, that's crazy.
No.
Hey Dwayne, if you want to hop on anytime, it just be us 3. We won't have him on.
I'm an equal opportunity guy. Like, I get everybody a shot. Okay, Daniel Jones has shown me in a flashes throughout his first 3 years for me to believe he's gonna blow up this year. Just wait, when I'm right, bro, y'all not gonna want to see me. I'm telling you.
Greg, the type of guy that's big blue through and through.
He does these pep talks in the mirror about Daniel Jones.
I really don't have to.
Big year for us, baby. We got this. We gonna do it.
They gave Daniel Jones everything that you guys should have given to Sam Darnold.
Right.
And now we're gonna see if we're gonna see. Now it's time to see this one. I think he's gonna do really well.
Wait,
What?
I got a real question before we move on. You got a New York Giants onesie at home, pajamas? I'm just asking. Is that what you?
First of all, he want to bring up the Bengals. How are you a Bengals?
Joey be the truth, and you know it.
Before he was there,
Joey be the truth.
the Bengals practice like a high school field. What did that even come from?
Joey be the truth, and you know it. Comeback season.
Andy Dalton was their quarterback. He's talking about our college.
Andy
bro.
Dalton went to the playoffs 5 years straight.
Marvin Lewis was the playoffs 5 years.
No,
not Andy Dalton.
he did. Andy Dalton was the quarterback who was making all the plays. What are you talking about?
Sidebar, complete sidebar, right? Were you a fan of Marvin Lewis being fired?
Yes.
Me? Yes, it was time for a change. It was too long. He's been there too long. We needed a reset.
or an organization that is as horrible as they have been run forever. He got that team to the playoffs. How long? How many times?
How many playoff wins did he have?
It doesn't matter. Yo.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Yo, you're at the bottom of the barrel. You don't listen.
First of all, the Bengals were
levels.
10 times worse before Marvin Lewis came along.
He's making my point for me. So I'm saying that man should have been more have more. You should have more respect for Marvin Lewis. He actually deserves another chance in the NFL.
It is, but at the same time, we needed a new direction. We was doing the same old things. We thought Andy Dalton was our guy. We needed to get both of them out of there.
No, you need to get one of them.
No.
He is right here.
If Andy Dalton was still our quarterback right now, I'd be so mad.
Exactly, you'd be more mad having Andy Dalton there right now than you would if you had Marvin Lewis there. Marvin Lewis stabilized a terrible situation. You know how hard that is to do in coaching in any sport, and especially in football where there's no sport where coaching matters more. And he went there and did that. And that is so impressive. It took me a while to realize that. By the way, towards the end of his tenure, I was like, this dude deserves more respect. He doesn't get enough. What? And who they hired? Zach Taylor. Oh my. Zach Taylor, really. Zach Taylor like Nick Sirianni. What's his dude from the Eagles?
Good, nah, you bugging and you know it. Stop
it. He might show to the interview in a sweatsuit.
You a clown.
Bro. Marvin Lewis slander is unacceptable, bro.
Who was slandering him? I said it was time for a change.
I know what you said it's time for a change, but...
I said he wasn't the sole reason that we went to the playoffs 5 years in a row.
He really was most of it, bro. He really was.
We had AJ Green and we had Andy Dalton.
He stabilized a terrible situation. He went in there. You don't think he had something to say with those picks?
I'm sure he definitely did, but I'm saying he's not the sole reason. You said he was the reason. Let's move on, man. We're not talking about the Bengals.
You had Marvin Lewis, you had Joey B right now, you'd be in a better situation. That's all I'm saying.
I disagree.
Transition and flag on the play. First one, accept or decline. J. Cole will be playing for the Rwandan team in the African Basketball League. Accept or decline?
Give me the album. Give me the album tonight. I'm that's cool. He's chasing his dream, but give me the album. You see him at Chris Brinkley runs?
Yeah.
He who? He's not. He can play.
Yo, if you watch the documentary that he put on YouTube, he basically said it. He was like, he was deciding to party, drink, and smoke, and decided last minute, all right, I'm gonna get serious with this music thing. And he realized, like, he was like, all I was doing was really just dribbling, trying to imitate Allen Iverson. And that's why I didn't go far, because I wasn't putting in the time and the hours. So shout out to him. I don't think it parlays into like some masterpiece situation where he's in the league, but I think he plays Sunday. I'm going to probably tune in, check them stat line out, see how he's doing. I think he's going to get like 15, 20 over in Africa, do his thing.
No.
Working with Brickley,
he might.
He might get 15, 20, bro.
He's not.
I didn't say he was going to be an efficient 15, 20.
Yeah, but how serious is the league that he's playing?
That's the question.
I don't know. We'll find out on Sunday. This is one of the expansion leagues that the NBA is trying to do, like to make the game more globalized, because they see players like Joel Embiid, Hakeem Olajuwon, players that came from Africa, so they're trying to get
the next pipeline to the next Siakam.
Yeah, the next Siakam and all of them. So that's what it's more for. So I don't think we're gonna see nobody like LeBron down there or something like that. But you're gonna probably see here and there players like, all right, they can play in the league. They some rough diamonds. We could work with them. So
some OG and a movie type.
Exactly. Next one. Raiders are adding a nightclub in the end zone, which will include a DJ lineup, premium bottle service, 42 TVs, and 2 DJ booths. Accept or decline?
Miles in there.
I mean, it's Vegas, so I wouldn't expect anything less from them. So
yeah, but to me, the Raiders are literally like the Cowboys' little brother. They whole lot of flash, but don't never turn out to do anything. Even if they make the playoffs, we know it's a one game and they out. So they the same way. Like, we're focusing on what y'all gonna have on the end zone. How many times y'all gonna get in there? Like, I feel the away team is gonna be having more fun in the end zone.
With their defense, yeah.
Yo, let me DJ play this song when I score. Like,
Mike Mayock needs to be fired, bro. He needs to be fired.
That was such a BS. All their hires have been BS.
Louis Riddick would have been better than
Yes, sir. Louis Riddick needs to get a job.
He's gonna get a chance.
Louis Riddick needs to be in the
I
NFL.
was up that Giants job. It didn't work out, but
Well, we know why y'all ain't do that.
Interview for
whatever.
Texans too.
Don't even do that. 'Cause you was a Cowboys fan. Don't even
We
do
know.
that.
We know
can
why.
we can
See,
play this game.
I embrace the Cowboys got a lot of racial issues. I don't know if you've embraced it yet because Odell was out for a couple of reasons. We know one of them wasn't, just color of that skin.
I'll admit that was part of the problem for sure.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure because I think that was a part of the problem. Louis Riddick, we gonna let him run stuff? I don't know.
The Giants did the nepotism thing because Dave Gettleman was already in the organization.
Oh, of course. Hey.
You know how that goes. But
Tebow nepotism, Giants nepotism.
It's first of all, it's around the league. It's not just these two.
Oh
teams.
yeah, of course,
Okay,
of course. Yeah. I just was pointing that out.
Yeah.
I wanted you to keep that same energy that you was giving Tebow for your team. Yeah, yeah. I stay on that same train of nepotism too.
Yo.
Last flag on the play. I found this one real interesting. Black man committed 30 home robberies disguised as a white man. Accept or decline.
It's brilliant.
See, it worked. If he was black, he would have got caught after the first couple.
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard. That's genius. What's this guy's name?
Yo, the name too long. I can't even pronounce it.
Oprah need to come back just for that
Rockham
episode.
Prowell. His name is Rockham Prowell.
Not Raheem?
It might be Rakeem, but it's R-O.
Is it Rockham?
Rock'em soccer, baby.
It's literally spelled Rock I-M. So it's probably Rakeem.
Raheem.
You know, for our listeners that don't know about the black community, we take a regular name and have to spell it stupid weird. Just let y'all know. We'll take Josh and spell it with 3 S's and a H and talk about the H is silent. That's our
It's
community.
Joss.
It's Joss. Knowing darn well you straight from Main Street and Orange. Ain't no French to that. Trying to put an accent on it. It's Joss.
That guy, Raheem, he's a genius. How long did it take him to get bagged up? You said how long?
30 robberies.
30. See,
In
He was
LA.
hitting licks.
In LA.
He was hitting licks.
He had them cops looking for white boys.
Yes, hitting licks.
That's crazy.
How he was bleaching the skin? Is there more?
No,
details?
he had like a whole mask. It was like
bodysuit.
bodysuit.
He didn't even go that far. He just bodysuited up and went outside and was just hitting the licks and had dudes chasing somebody named Timothy.
Timothy Tebow. Transitioning. We're gonna do the AFC. We're gonna do each division, but we're gonna start with the AFC East and West. The wins. We're gonna do over and under on wins. Right now, we're gonna start off with Buffalo. The over and under with Buffalo. Vegas is saying 10.5 wins. Are y'all saying under or over?
Everything is for each team in each division.
Yeah.
So
So
this
I'm
is
gonna say
this Buffalo. How many? 10.5?
10.5.
Over under.
I say over.
I agree.
I go over. I go.
That's safe to say. That's safe
That's
to
bold
say.
from
Is
a
it
Josh
safe to
Allen
say?
hater.
Is
It's
it,
safe-
what's
I think
their
it's safe to say.
schedule? See, I don't know what they're playing. That's fine. I'll say over, but if I look at their schedule more closely, we'll see. But over. I'll go over.
I think they definitely already got. If you look at their division,
in the division now. I'm not worried. Not counting the Jets, but you count the. You count.
that's what I was about to say. That's 2 wins right there. So
Yeah, 2 double.
that they just need 9
4.
more.
They playing twice a year.
That was 2, bro. They played them twice.
The Jets.
The Jets, bro. Just the Jets.
That's 2.
won.
In the past.
They're not beating the Pats twice. They're not beating the Pats at all.
Crazy.
They getting 1 out of the Pats. Just
Maybe.
1 at home.
Maybe
At home.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance the Pats spank Tom Brady in Week 4. There's a very good chance that happens, bro.
Oh, Bill is paying attention because you heard what Tom said, right?
And you know what his dad said on the radio today?
Nah.
His dad said that the Bucks are expecting to go into Foxborough and beat them handily
You know Bill
Tom
is
Brady
listening to
follows
that.
on Boston radio. You know the racist people eating that junk up.
Yeah.
You know Bill heard that, so I got something special for you. You act like I ain't had you in practice every year for how
Right.
long? I got something
Like I ain't
special for
feed
you.
you when you come through.
They're going to bring. I can't wait for that game. I will be rooting for the Pats. I have never rooted for a Boston team. I will never have rooted harder for a Boston team than that night. I can't wait.
Miami over and under 9 wins.
I'll go over.
I go under.
They won't beat the Giants. I'll go over.
I go under. They not getting 10 wins.
Over and under 9 wins for Miami Dolphins.
You don't think they're getting 9? So if you're gonna go under, you don't believe it's the
No,
only
I
reason
said
why you
over.
would say
I said over.
see fraud. The only reason why you're not going over for them is because you don't believe it's Tua.
Nah, I think, like I said,
That team's stacked everywhere else. They have no holes.
I'm not a believer in Tua.
Oh, okay, bad.
It's
So
shaky.
you're going over Tua.
I'm saying he has more touchdowns than
I'm
Daniel
going over.
Jones this year.
He was getting benched. Yo, I don't understand what the logic is. So how can you not be a Daniel Jones believer? Because niggas don't watch Daniel Jones, bro, I swear. That's really what it is. Because how can you be a believer in Tua but not Daniel Jones? Make it make sense, please, while we're here.
Well, Tua was injured last year, going into last year, so he got a little reprieve. Now he's been rehabbing. What? Daniel Jones?
Continue, please.
What was wrong with Daniel Jones besides his hands are a little slippery?
He don't have an injury excuse.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But I gave
IQ.
Yeah, whatever. I gave you solid reasons too. To do IQ's not a problem. I gave you solid reasons why this kid is trouble. You're telling me that because of his injury, fine. But when he was throwing the ball 30 yards into the stands instead of hitting Devontae Parker on a slant, I don't think that was a problem. I don't think his hip was
You beat Cassidy so much.
They were really benching dude for Fitzpatrick. He's ass.
Hey, put some respect on Fitzmagic name.
Nah, bro. You see, this is the problem. Everybody gets the Daniel Jones gets the criticism, but no one else catches that same level of flack. He was getting benched last year. Benched, bro. They was benching him. And now I'm supposed to believe he's going to be better than the guy who's been in the league for a while and had a 24 touchdown season.
These headphones are really good, though. You hear the train in the background?
Yeah.
I thought you kept hitting a button and it was playing like a sound
The
effect.
train like
I'm
2
yo, what
miles
is that?
away.
Bro.
These some good headphones, bro. The train 2 miles
Shout out
away.
Amazon.
Is the station that close?
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyways, Tua still don't have a better year. I'm betting.
He's
I'll bet on
digging
that.
his heels in.
No, I'm not. I'm betting on it.
The weapons the Giants have are actually better. We have a better wide receiver Corey Stone to. We have a better running back. We have a better offensive line.
You got a better running back, but a receiving core.
Please compare them right now.
You got Kenny Galladay.
Who's better than they have? That's the Kenny Galladay. Who's their A?
Darius, what's his name? Slay?
Don't do that. You know the nigga's name.
Oh yeah, Sterling Shepard. You got him too, but
Tony
who?
Kadarius Tony.
Oh yeah.
He got to prove himself. He's a rookie.
Have you watched the tape?
I have. He's great. He's electric.
You watch Adam Morrison
What
tape?
I'm talking about. No, don't do that. No, you ain't gonna compare us to slow ass white dude from Minnesota.
I'm just saying the tape be looking good. You got to still do it, as Chris said. You still got to do it once the NFL season start. He ain't played a game yet.
Bro, you could just admit that the Giants are better wide receiver core. It's okay. I'm gonna give you a chance
How?
to
They
be
just got
right.
Waddle. They have Devontae Parker. You got Preston Williams coming back.
Okay.
Already right there, that's a better trio than what the Giants have.
No, it's not.
How isn't it?
No, it's not. I would go Sterling Shepard as long as he's on the field. I go Sterling Shepard over 2 of those 3 guys you named. And
What?
You want to talk about? You want to talk about someone proving themselves? Tony has to prove himself, but Waddle doesn't. Make it make sense. He named Waddle. Oh, but it's different though. You see,
What?
It's different.
How is that different?
It's different though. Okay, I get it. It's
All the
different.
rookies have to
It's
prove
different.
themselves. Don't
But
do
you
that.
named Waddle. Though.
In his defense, he didn't say Waddle didn't have to prove himself, but I'm the one that said Kadarius Toney has to.
I
No,
named that first
Tony
round
has to
pick.
prove himself because it was a little bit of a reach at 20.
No, it was not.
It was.
Urban Meyer was practically crying because the Giants took him. He was going to take him next.
Yeah, well, Urban Meyer doesn't make good decisions.
Nah, he's
Facts.
Nah,
Facts.
nah.
It was a reach.
You see? That's cool.
Clearly he doesn't make good decisions. He took a running back in the first round when he didn't need to.
ETN.
ETN.
Hey, first of all, if the Packers had a shot at Tony, they would take him too. There's no way Tony's going to fall in the first round. There's no way. There's no way.
You can't mention the Packers. They don't draft offensive
I
talent
didn't
in the first round.
I didn't even take it though. I didn't even take it for real.
For Jordan Love?
Huh?
For Jordan Love, right?
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation.
Hey, all I'm saying is John Ross ain't getting no playing time for y'all now. We can have that
You
conversation
think
now.
that's how John Ross caught his 4 touchdowns last year?
Nah, kids are in 4. You don't need John Ross now with Jack Tony.
He's gonna stumble. He's gonna straight
He's gonna break his arm spiking the ball.
Just watch. That's why.
Hey, yo, they got the Patriots at 9 wins over and under.
Over. And they're gonna win the division.
Cam top 10.
The Patriots are gonna win the division. I'm telling you.
The New York Jets, to round it out, they are at 6 wins.
Over.
And under.
Over. We're going over.
I'm going over.
What?
6 wins?
See, it makes sense for him to go over you.
6 wins isn't a lot of wins.
No,
The Jets,
17 games.
the Jets can pull. Yeah,
We
in
can't win
17 games.
6 against who?
Yeah,
We're
pull
going
up.
to-
That's a good point. Pull up the schedule.
That's a good point. What the fuck?
No, I'm saying that's a good point to pull up the schedule.
No.
I'm not agreeing with you. Hold
No,
on,
you didn't consider that before you said yes emphatically into the mic.
bro. Because the Jets they're a different team than last year's team. Let's stop acting like the same team as last year.
No,
They didn't
they're
make
winning
moves
4
over the
games,
offseason.
bro.
Nah.
4.
They're
Shit.
winning 4 games. They're just winning 4
First-
games.
You're crazy.
Zach, Zach's gonna have a tough time this year. Yo, it's not gonna be sweet.
Didn't he on Monday say he was going to have
He
the
be
best
flip-flopping.
season?
He be
of the
flip-flopping.
rookies?
No.
He
So you're
did.
saying every quarterback this year, that's a rookie, is going to have a bad season?
No.
You said he was going to
Plus, they have line protection for him.
Do that on the left side, but on the right. I said they had a great draft. I didn't say nothing about how he's gonna play. I definitely didn't say that.
We remember back that you did say that he was going to be.
God.
You agreed with Miles
That
that
he
he,
set up for success.
he was going to have the best season out of the quarterbacks because that's what Miles said.
Run the tape back.
He's still gonna struggle. Yeah, what? Because Justin Fields not gonna play. Mac Jones sure as hell not gonna play. Who are we comparing him to? He gonna have the best just by the fact that he played. Trevor Lawrence is gonna be throwing to Tim Tebow, so we know
He'd be
what situation
crazy,
is
yo.
there.
Now he's doubling down. He's trying to.
He is doubling down, but let's see that thing, that schedule.
All right, so they
6 games isn't a lot in a 17 game season.
got
They're winning
Panthers.
4.
They got Panthers the first week.
Lost.
That's not what.
Lost.
We gonna smack the Panthers first week.
I
We got Patriots next game.
Lost.
Broncos the next week.
Lost.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's not
That's a
bad. They don't
toss
even know
up. That's
who
a
the
toss up.
quarterback is
Exactly.
like 2
That's a
weeks.
toss up.
Tennessee probably a loss.
Probably.
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 They got the Falcons.
Lost. Damn, you own.
He's like 1-5.
Nah, we 2
No,
we 2 and 3 right now.
2
2 and 2.
Two wins
Nah,
come
2 and
from.
3.
He said
Panthers
Panthers
and
and Broncos.
Broncos. We're not losing to those 2
Okay. All right, let's give him the benefit of the doubt,
That's
right?
2 and 3.
Patriots.
2
We
and
got
3.
Patriots after that.
Lost.
No, I think we're gonna split.
Nah.
You gonna split with Belichick?
No,
Are you
see,
crazy?
We got Bengals.
Not
that's
that
the
one though, because y'all
Y'all
at
smacked by the
Foxborough.
Bengals last year. Don't even try that.
Y'all
At
gonna-
home, y'all got
Y'all gonna beat
smacked.
the Patriots at home.
The old coach. We don't have him no more.
Oh my
No,
God,
y'all got
are you crazy?
smacked by the Bengals
They're
last
gonna
year.
win 4 games. They might win 3.
Hold on, who didn't smack us last year? Whose fault was that?
Bro,
Sam was
Listen.
in and out.
the Pats
Adam
beat
Gase was
the Pats beat you
Adam
guys
Gase.
last year with nothing. With nothing.
So
bro.
you,
Yes.
guys-
Hold on, let him-
Nobody
hold
on
on.
the team.
you said they beating the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
So they're 3 and 3
You
now.
know damn well they're not beating the Bengals. So
They're 3 and 3 now.
Is Joe Burrow going to be there?
it
And I
don't
know-
matter if Joe Burrow's going to be there. Our run game will beat you.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
All right, so that's 3 and 3.
We got Colts.
Loss.
Bills.
Who?
Bills,
Lost.
Loss.
Dolphins.
Loss.
The Texans.
Texans. That's a win.
That's a win.
You should win, but they probably lose.
So that's 4 wins right there.
We got the Eagles.
Loss.
That's shut up.
Loss.
That's a win.
You're gonna beat Jalen Hurts. And
They don't even know if they want to make him their
who's
quarterback or
your
not.
corner? Who's gonna guard Devontae? He's gonna go crazy. Win for Eagles.
We playing zone, so
He's gonna fry that jump. Yo, okay, go ahead. Continue.
we got the Saints.
Loss.
They don't know who they're.
I'm taking.
That's a loss. They got a great defense
That's
though.
anti-black. You're saying that because James is there. That's anti-black.
anti-black.
So we have 5 wins.
That's not.
Not Miami.
Loss.
Both?
Yes.
No, we're not losing both.
So hold
on.
You might be being a little optimistic now. I see what you're saying though.
A little.
A little. Oh, so week to week, they're not going to get better. Week to week.
Look,
But I don't think they're gonna get better enough to beat the teams that are already
Better
going to
than
be
them.
good. Yeah, because they're gonna get better too.
this is-
Okay. The Jaguars.
You
See?
can
Look,
get away.
He's already. He's
He's a
Alabama.
Yo, that's one of the 4 games that they could win.
4 games. That's 6.
That was winning 4 games.
That's 6. I don't even have to name the rest.
Nah, name the rest for entertainment.
The Buccaneers and Buffalo.
Lost.
That schedule is tough. They're gonna lose most of their games.
Zach Wilson go catch it.
Yeah, bro. Hey, why are we even counting wins for Jets? It's not about wins.
Zach might have more touchdowns than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, whatever. It's easy.
New York Post gonna be talking about Savior who question mark as a headline.
I cannot wait to
AFC West. Chiefs over under 12 wins.
Over under 14 wins. Over. I say they only lose 2 games this year, if that.
He played on Monday night.
You think the Browns beat them that first game?
They're cracking y'all. Don't bring that up.
Yes. Johnson can compete, bro. I'm so excited about this season, bro.
They can compete, but they're not going.
The Giants have the one guy in the league, the one corner in the league who actually gave Tariq Hill a hard time.
Wait,
so Jackson, watch the film.
What's the score going to look like if they're going to compete? What's your definition of competing?
They lose by no more. If they lose, they're losing by a touchdown, and they could win that game.
You and Carl Banks need your own show. You and Carl Banks.
The Giants could win. Carl Banks, let's do it. The Giants could beat the Chiefs in their own game. The Giants are really good. They're going to be really good to watch, bro.
Hold on, we on the AFC West.
Why are we talking about a real football team?
I was just checking.
East, bro.
I didn't know if it was the NFC East.
Raiders 8 wins.
Under.
Over. I'll take over.
Under.
I'll take over at least break even.
Did they pick up a wide receiver in the draft?
They shouldn't know.
They might have.
They shouldn't know. It'd be a stupid pick.
Did they get anyone in free agency after losing Aguilar?
No.
Under.
They had Ruggs. I'll take the break even. I think John Gruden's a good offensive coach, and they run the ball well. He has a good offensive coach.
Chargers over under 9 wins.
Over.
Under.
No,
Wow.
I think Herbert takes the next
He's
season.
not even.
I think Herbert takes another.
Herbert.
I think Herbert takes another leap, but the team ain't ready. So I say under.
They're
Offensively, they're ready.
Yeah, offensively, but I'm saying
But
they good. How
Yeah, but
times
they got
Brian's
Derwin James
solid.
coming back from that ACL injury. Like they're gonna be good.
They're not scared of you, bro. They got good pass rushers. They got Derwin James, but their corners are weak. They lost Desmond King.
They just got Asante Samuel Jr.
That's scary. We'll see how that goes. I don't know.
Keenan Allen.
I don't.
Mike
I
Williams.
think they're gonna break even. The Chargers are still the Chargers. They haven't won close games. Why are these teams getting
They
better?
fired because they fired
Why?
Anthony Lynn.
It wasn't his fault. They fired him because he's black. It wasn't because the Chargers have lost close games there from the inception of their creation. They've always lost close games, and they blamed Anthony Lynn for it because it was convenient. They haven't proven anything. They're under. They don't win close games. Come on. So we saying Brandon Staley's gonna change the culture in year 1? That's what y'all saying right now.
No, I'm saying Herbert is going to change the culture.
No, I'll go under. I'm good off.
Yo, let's keep track of these, bro.
He's better than Daniel Jones.
Oh, we're gonna keep track of it.
I'm
Sure.
good
My fault.
off.
I didn't know the mic was going to catch
For
it.
now, just wait. Just wait.
I got to take a break.
Your ears hurting, right?
Broncos over under 7.5 wins.
Under.
Under.
If they get Aaron Rodgers, it's all gonna change. So I
That's
don't
it.
We know we talking about them as current state.
It's a good.
Currently constructed.
Hey, yeah, we were talking about the Jets currently constructed. He said they're gonna win like 10 games. So I
I
don't know.
didn't say 10 games. I said more than year 6.
Every game they play, they better win.
I said more than year 6.
They're winning 4.
We beat the Rams last year.
You said over 6, right?
And that team was garbage.
Who?
Our team was garbage last year. We smacked the Rams and we smacked the Browns last year.
The Rams weren't that good. They were overrated. Rams were overrated last year. Their Jared Goff was horrible last year. He was just bad. They were held back by their quarterback. Don't worry. They
What
won't
was
have that
Cleveland's
problem this year.
excuse then?
Huh?
What was the Browns' excuse?
The Browns lost to you guys?
Yeah.
Hey man, listen. Football's a weird sport. Teams win by
Exactly.
accident.
So we can't even predict if 6 wins is going to happen or not.
What did the Jets do to their defense to make it better? Besides our losses.
We got some good picks in the back end of the draft.
Back end of the draft, they may not even make the team. They're going to win 4 games. They're going to win 4 games. Okay. It's not about wins and losses if you're the Jets fan. It's about how good does my quarterback look. That's it. As long as Zach Wilson looks good and shows promise, that's all you care about. Wins and losses.
Big picture, right?
matter.
Big picture.
We're going to be in all our games.
No, you're not.
Is Danny Dimes going to be in?
Well, of course he is. The Giants are going to be a good football team. It's levels to this. Look, Jets fans should be worried about the Giants.
You guys are third best.
You say.
You guys are third best in the division right now.
No, third.
Yes.
So Cowboys better than Giants.
Yes.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. So wait, Washington's better?
Yeah.
We beat them twice. We beat our.
Who was playing quarterback at that point? Joe Theismann? I don't know.
Who's playing quarterback now? Fitz is ass.
Fitz is not ass.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
You were just showering him with praise. Now you're shitting on him.
When? That's Fitz's whole career. Fitz is 1 minute he's great, 1 minute he sucks. He's just due for a bad season. This is Fitzpatrick.
See, when it was about
I'm not scared of
Tua,
nobody named Fitz.
he's a god. Now that it's about the
Compared
Giants,
to Tua last year,
he's
he
ass.
was. That's how bad Tua was last year. Compared to Tua, he was. Yo,
Put some respect on Fitz Magic name though.
Thank you.
no.
He's better than Danny Dimes.
Oh my god. Yo.
Right now?
I'm just saying the Giants won that division handily in terms of matchups. They went 4-2 in the division.
I want to hear about last year. Y'all were like 4 games under 500.
Everyone was.
Yes, the division was ass.
But okay, listen.
I hope you guys get better from last year. I hope.
You're claiming the Cowboys are going to take a big lead. The Washington's
Yeah, Dak's gonna play a full season.
If Dak was there, they still would have lost those games.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
Yes, they would have, bro. Their defense was
So
horrible.
Dak. So the drop off from Dak to Andy Dalton's not that steep.
It is deep. It's a pretty big drop off. I'm not saying it's not, but their defense.
If I remember correctly, they was a game or two out. I think that gets them 2 more wins.
They finished at least 500.
Yeah, they in the same position just as y'all.
What, last year?
Yeah, I'm saying if Dak's there, I think Dak could get them 2 more wins.
I don't think they would have won with the Week 17 match against the Giants with Dak.
Oh, they probably would have lost that. I'm saying in general, they would have got 2 more. They got 2 more wins with Dak.
Hard. They played Baltimore at the end of the season. They didn't have a hard schedule too. And they would have
beat. I think they would have beat Baltimore with Dak there because
Really?
Dak would have played better than Lamar.
I don't know.
Lamar would have ran around the field and said hi to Jerry Jones. Came back, got a steak sandwich. He wasn't passing yards.
Yo, wait to get to the NFC, bro. It's giving me hot talking about the Giants are the third best team. It's at least universally across the board. I've only ever heard the Giants are second.
I've heard second or first, actually.
Second or first? I've only heard third.
You still got to knock off the Washington
football team.
We've not the Giants own them. The Giants, we literally always beat Washington. Like, look at the total, like, just overall franchise versus franchise, like, record. The Giants own them. Like,
that'll be a fun game. Those are going to be some fun games because Danny against those Washington defenses.
They wouldn't even
Chase
get to him
Young
like
and
that.
Montreal Sweat.
But last year they wasn't getting to him like that.
We're talking about owning people.
I know he's the one. I was going to say something about it, but I was
You talking about owning people?
Shut up.
Man, go on then. We're never gonna finish this. We're never gonna finish these divisions.
Yeah, that was it for the AFC East and the West. We're gonna go into the other divisions on another episode. I already know how it could get, so we only doing like 2 divisions at a time. So.
Nah, you see, you want to shut it down. We're getting the NFC East gonna shut it down. We talk about the NFC East.
Nah, NFC East we gonna get more time on that because look, we was on the AFC East and West, and we talked about the Giants, so we gonna have to get at. We're gonna have to have its rightful time for that one. Transitioning, we're gonna talk about Russell Westbrook. Shout out to the Brody. Some people on the show has not given him that same respect that they decided to post on IG, that same love, but on the show they was talking greasy. But he has now the all-time overall
my fantasy team.
all-time overall leader for triple doubles at 182. He's probably gonna get another 2 before the season is out, but he beat Oscar Robertson out. Before we even get into the rest of that conversation of what we're transitioning for the topic, I want to know what y'all think of this feat that Russell Westbrook has completed. A lot of people, of course, think the triple-double is watered down because of Russ. But if it was that easy, everybody would do it. I know Greg think he be stat padding. We've had our discussions. I don't think he stat pads. It's not that easy to get a triple-double.
I think you have to stat pad to get triple double. If you hoop or you know how hard it is to get triple double. You have to for second.
But you got to look at the teams, though. Look at the teams, though. Like, even with OKC. No, I'm saying look at OKC, right? Steven Adams would move out the way, let him get the rebound. He would box out, and Russ would get the rebound. So he would, benefit off of that. The assist, that's light work for Russ.
Yeah, that's fine.
Easy. And Joker had, last week? He had 20 assists in the first half. So I think his teammates help aid him getting the rebound aspect. But I don't think it's that easy. I don't think he's stat padding. His teammates want to see him do well. So it's like, hey, I'm about to get the rebound. Chris, move out my way for me to get the rebound.
That's stat padding. That's the definition.
That's not stat pad. And his teammates are, hey, you get the rebound.
Bro, they doing this so you can.
And you know what type of shape you gotta be in to do that? He's running from the top of the key, getting the rebound.
Yo, Russell Westbrook's legacy is gonna be the most interesting thing ever because whatever you think about him, you're probably right. You could say he's selfish. You'd probably be right. Because if you look back to his Thunder days and what happened to KD, yes, he's the reason why KD left. There's revisionist history is not gonna fix that. You can hear me? Y'all can hear me?
I'm just making sure you're using your mic.
You can hear me. But revisionist history is gonna look on this very nicely because if you look back at his career, you're gonna think about him being the triple double king, and that's fine. He's the greatest competitor in NBA history. That's what I think. No one's ever played harder. I never watched anybody who plays harder than Russell Westbrook. So he deserves this feat. Amazing. But the interesting about it is that you could say whatever you want about Russ, aside of he doesn't play hard, and probably be right. Russ is the most imperfect NBA legend ever. He's inefficient. He takes look. This is the perfect situation. Him being in Washington was a perfect storm. If he was in the Boston Celtics right now, or playing for something this year before Jalen Brown got hurt, right? You would look at this a lot differently. He would be in high leverage situations, having to take big shots, and he would probably not pass the ball to Jason Tatum a couple times, and he would be pissed off. Just think about it. But we're gonna show love to Russ. This is an amazing accomplishment. I don't mean to take a dump on the accomplishment, for lack of a better term. This man has done an amazing thing. I'm just saying.
Chris, that's that Stephen A. stuff right here.
I know but it's true.
He's speaking some facts.
You could say wherever side of the fence you stand on with this Russ thing, bro. Like
you dumping on him.
You would be right. You would be right on either side. But you
said for lack of a better term.
Huh?
I said you said for lack of a better term. You said I don't mean to dunk on Russ.
I said dunk.
Dunk. Yeah. Well, Chris probably going to do it like a half an hour.
Yeah.
I had us thinking though. Give me your top 3 single game performances, or forget single game, just like top 3 performances in basketball that comes to your mind. Like obviously, y'all might not say it, but a lot of people say obviously like the 100-point game. That's got to be up there. I was hearing people say like, yo, Russ breaking this record, which nobody thought. Like they was talking about Steve Smith was on the radio a couple years back and was like, yeah, he's getting triple doubles, but nobody's gonna be Oscar. Nobody thought Oscar Robertson's record would be broken. So a lot of people are putting this as like the greatest like basketball accomplishment, probably like in the last decade, was him breaking that. So give me y'all top 3, like what comes to y'all mind. Greg started off.
It's single game, total season.
Single game, total season, like the best performances, even his record breaking. Like for me, I'm putting up there for one of mine, Kobe Bryant's 81 points.
I was just about to say that.
Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. Like for me, that's up there in my top 3.
I was gonna say that. I would say Clay scoring 60 on 3 dribbles is also
so wild.
Or 11 dribbles is what I 3 dribbles. It was 11, I think, total. That's one of the greatest NBA accomplishments ever. So yeah, you already said Kobe 81, so that was an easy one. But yeah, those 2 are definitely up there. I got other ones. I'll let y'all go. I got one team.
I mean, the Klay Thompson, he got like 37 in one quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the most impressive I've seen. Because that's almost a 40-point game. Some people struggle to even get that. I mean, Lonzo Ball's never gotten that in an actual game. My bad. I didn't mean to throw him under the bus, but he's never gotten to that point yet, and Klay did it in
balling
like 10 minutes. So that's impressive. Like the Kobe Bryant, definitely. I mean, that's impressive.
You only seen that will take to see it.
Yeah, I know.
I
He's
can
playing against a lot of Mike Tiricos and.
Will look crazy athlete though. He looked insane. He's a 7-footer. He was running a 4.5.
Yeah.
Wasn't he running a 4.5 through women too though?
Hey, y'all gotta chill, man.
Wilt was a bad man off the court. We gotta really look at that 100-point game too with a little bit more respect.
You know how hard that is?
Exactly. Forget. Yeah, it's hard. I guess we'll see who he's playing against. It was people at center at my height, so I ain't worried about that.
Dumb.
I'm saying
Playing plumber, bro.
what's even harder. What's even harder is the fact that they said this guy would have sex with like 6 women
Hey, he had over
before a
1,000
game.
bodies.
Over 1,000 bodies. He would do this before games. This Joker had sex with 6 women and went and dropped 100. Now that's something different. You in great shape. Shout out to Dion. He could do set. Wilt could have did 17s in like 10 seconds. Easy.
Getting the vitamins.
Give me some of your biggest moments, biggest performances.
If you don't say one, if he doesn't say one I have in my head, I'm just gonna say it. So what?
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and say it because I'm probably not gonna say it. Yo,
I have two more. I have the Russell Westbrook 2020 for Nipsey. I think it was 2020, right? Nipsey died. I have that one, and I have the LeBron game he played in Boston, the 45, 15, and 5. Wow, it's like a regular stat line. That jump was crazy. 45 and 15 is OD. And I don't think it was 5. He had more assists than that.
Yo, is that the same game?
Game 6 in
Is that-
Boston.
All right, so I'm
Jason
thinking
Terry
about.
dunk game.
Okay, so I'm thinking about even one of the bigger games. I think for LeBron is when he got over the hump against the Pistons and he scored something. What is it like?
Oh my God! Yes, how can I forget about that?
20? Was it like 25
straight points and the game-winning player.
25 straight points. I think that has to go down as one of the greatest performances. And it was in playoff time, which is on a bigger stage. And wasn't it in
It was
Detroit?
in Detroit. With the fans
In Detroit.
throwing things at him, and that was before the fans started rolling with the narrative that he wasn't clutch. Like they ignored that. That is insane. That was
game-
crazy. 25 straight. But jump shot work. It was
Jump shot
pain.
too, exactly. Yeah. That was a craziest game. Like I had something similar to that, and it wasn't obviously the playoffs. It was a king of the court. Miles was there. He didn't get none of the work. He saw what happened though. This is at 24-hour fitness when they was open. I was giving jokers work, king of the court, like 25 straight. It was light work. Miles knew though just to watch. He knew the vibes.
Miles gonna have to jump in.
He knew the vibes. He left-handed, but that's about it. It's just left hand for some right. For some right, it's a little bit easier.
It's not as strong, but it's not what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. RJ
We're
Barrett.
gonna talk about RJ Barrett last performance.
He's 20. He can have shaky performances.
I forgot. I forgot he's a kid. I forgot.
Is he?
Everybody gets the benefit of being a kid. I forgot.
Kobe's 81 point game.
Wasn't y'all saying he's better than Kuzma?
He is better than
Oh, he is?
He is. I still stand by that.
What did Kuzma do to them when they played?
I still stand
To
by that.
him?
What did Kuzma do?
To him?
He heard you. We know you texted him before the game, gave him a little extra motivation because he wasn't going to play like that. It's good.
Kuzma was playing great basketball since he came back from that injury.
Kudos to Kuzma. Great job. You did what you're supposed to do. I'm still taking RJ Barrett.
I'm not convinced that RJ's better. I'm sorry. I'm not. You saw him in that game. I don't know if y'all can play him in the playoffs like that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So he can't have a bad game?
I don't think you guys can play him. I don't think he's not ready for that smoke. And they're gonna force him to go right, and what's he gonna do? He does not go right. He has no right hand. None, bro. None. Tell me otherwise, please.
He's gone right plenty of times this year.
And finish with the left.
No.
Bro,
He's finished with the right so many
you got a
times.
fake right hand. You know how I know? Because I have a fake right hand. I know what it looks like.
Two lefties talking. We're going to close out and end the show with this. You see a lot of the games are getting crazy. Every game literally matters now for a lot of teams that's, trying to jockey for position. Even the teams that are in the play-in, some of them, especially in the Western Conference, like the Lakers and Warriors, might be able to move up, and they might not even be a play-in team. Who do y'all think, starting off in the Western Conference, who is more of a threat to these higher-seeded teams? Who would you put up there? I'm definitely saying if the Lakers stay in the play-in game, it's nobody want to see that. And the Warriors. The Warriors just beat Phoenix. And Phoenix was at full strength, so I don't want to hear none of that smoke. Warriors didn't even have, y'all might laugh at it, but he definitely would have helped on some level. Kelly Oubre didn't even play. So Andrew Wiggins went off for 38. I think, and Steph wasn't Steph-less that game. So playoff time, and you got to see Steph possibly, you got to beat Steph 4 times.
We just saying it.
I think Warriors and the Lakers, if they are in that 7th, even if they aren't in the play-in, let's say they're that 7th, they end up being that 7th, 8th seed after the play-in, right? The Jazz and Phoenix are going to have a hard behind first round. Lakers see the Jazz or Phoenix, they both losing.
The Lakers are turning on at the right time, bro. The Lakers are turning on at the right time. They are winning games by just playing defense alone. They're not even clicking like that. Yo, and THT's just finding his stride at the right time too. Like the Lakers are gonna run roughshod through the West. They're gonna play a playing game, and they're gonna lose a grand total. I'm gonna say of 3 games the whole way through. Like I think they're gonna run. Like people talk about the Clippers. Bro, they're going to beat up on the Clippers.
The Clippers do not want to see the Lakers.
They
don't, especially if they see them in the first round.
Oh my God! And the craziest thing, well, that would be if they got the 6, right?
Yo, if they see them in the first round, you know Steve Ballmer making some changes.
Indeed, it's over. Yo, because I watched that game against the Knicks the other day that they won. The Knicks won, right? Against the Clippers. The only reason why the Knicks won is because Paul George plays like a. I gotta keep it clean. Paul George, yo, he don't go to the basket. He didn't get any easy baskets, bro. He was taking straight jump shot.
Hey, something to point out in that game too. Kawhi didn't show up either in that fourth quarter. The Knicks had that on clamps.
Now, they play good defense. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine them seeing the
Nick
Lakers.
Batum getting too many minutes.
Imagine them seeing,
And Nick Batum getting too many minutes.
Imagine them seeing the Lakers first round.
That's not why they suck. They suck because their 2 stars take nights off. And Paul George, even when he's not taking nights off, he does not get easy baskets. He generates no easy points. He does not draw fouls. He doesn't drive to the basket at all, bro. Like, no easy points. He was taking straight jump shots that game. It's ridiculous. I've been saying it for months.
Y'all remember? I remember the episode where he said this. He said this months ago.
If you watch them play, he does not get any easy. Yo, they could have won. The Clippers had no business losing that game. There was no one who could have guarded him on the floor that night. They had RJ Barrett on him, and he still was taking jump shots. There was no reason. Don't do that. Don't do that. He didn't have to slide his. He had to slide his feet because he was only shooting. Bro,
Even on the times he tried to drive, he couldn't get past it. But go ahead.
Don't do that, bro.
Go ahead.
Don't do that, bro. Because you know that dude. As good as Paul George is, if you want to get to the basket, he got to the basket. It's RJ Barrett. It's not about RJ Barrett. It's not personal. Paul George is a damn good basketball player. He's elite. But you know what? He's playing like there's no other word than the word I'm thinking of, and y'all all know what I'm thinking of. It's implied.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, it's ridiculous. So my point is, they don't win games when they don't have their best stuff. But guess who does? The Lakers do. When the Lakers aren't shooting the ball well, they still win because they play the best defense I've seen in the last 10 years. I've never seen a better. The Lakers, their defense is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And another name to throw out there before we talk about in the East, another name to throw out there who's seemed like he's been finding his groove and finding, what his role is. Andre Drummond, specifically talking about Lakers. Last couple games, he's actually averaging back to his normal 12, 13 rebounds a game. Them first couple games, when he was getting 4 or 5 rebounds and 3 fouls in the first quarter.
We'll see what happens.
He thought he was still in Cleveland.
Once LeBron comes back.
But that's what I'm saying. Once LeBron comes back and then in the playoff time, I think that'll all settle down. LeBron and Vogel will put him in positions to succeed. And Vogel, as Greg alluded, even though I don't agree, playoff time, they definitely going to be splitting time between him and Gasol. It's going to be like, Vogel did this last year. I'm going to play who's actually playing hot right now. I'm going to just keep it rotating. All I need to have is LeBron and AD. And then y'all role players, who's playing well? KCP, you making shots? All right, you getting 26 minutes a night. Caruso playing better? All right, you getting 15 minutes a night. Even when they had my man Quinn Cook. All right, Quinn Cook was going to get 8-9 minutes tonight because he's playing good. Vogel plays with the role players. He switches them off. Who's on fire? And that's the good thing.
That's great coaching. The Lakers fans are crazy if they don't think that Gasol's going to win them a playoff game. He is. Gasol's going to win them a playoff game. What? He won them a game against Denver 2 weeks ago. He won that game against Denver. It wasn't AD. It was no one else. They didn't have AD, I don't think. He was the reason why they won that game. And it's because of his passing, the ability to set screens. Yo, as a basketball junkie, I love that guy. He's smart as hell. He knows how to play the game the right way. And he knocks out an open three. He's going to get them. He's 7 feet tall. He's going to get open threes. Even if you really contest, he's going to get open threes. He's valuable. He's going to help them win a game or two in the playoffs. He's valuable. They should have never. I said that when we were saying she got rid of him. I was never saying that.
Because he's a liability on defense.
No. In the right situation, him guarding Jokic is favorable because Jokic slow as hell.
Yes. How many Jokic's are out there?
No, you just gotta match up. You only need him to win you a couple games in a series. If it's against the Nuggets and that's the right matchup, then play him there. But you don't have to ever play him again. You know, when on road to a championship, every single guy's in that role. Wesley Matthews going to have to do something like he did last night, or 2 nights ago, where he gets that offensive rebound and puts it in, right? Like that's how you win games.
Hey, D-Rose already came out. he owned up to it. He's like, basically, if he boxed him out, the game's over.
When does D-Rose ever box anybody out? That's never been his role. No one's ever asked him to do that. So why did he did what he's always done? Okay, like that's just what it is. Like the Lakers, that's what the Lakers are gonna win. They do the little things. The Lakers are gonna win championship. I've been saying it forever. The Nets are not beating the Lakers in the 7-game series. We're gonna get Nets. We're gonna get a Nets Lakers finals. I'm very excited.
But can you play Andre Drummond and AD at the same time?
You can, but not for too
They're
long.
both kind of like centers.
Not for too long.
Not for too long. You can though. You can start the game with them, but then you gotta go to AD at the
Because-
because they're better with AD at the 5.
Of course. AD, that's the thing. Like, we saw a little flashes of it. The thing where it works at times is when AD is able to be at the mid post and they playing high bid. Because high low actually, because AD is actually a threat mid range and back. Andre Drummond high low, that's not going to work. That's just clogging up space.
Unless you get into a floater, no.
Yeah.
Clogging up space in that next game.
But yeah, and they won't do that though. Franco goes too smart. He's a great coach. He's not gonna put him in a situation where they're gonna clog. He's gonna sit there and clog and make the playoffs. That's not gonna be wide open. They're gonna have Bron there. They ain't driving lanes. The best thing you can do is 1-5 pick and roll, high speed and roll with Bron and AD. Let's work. Let's work. Let's just. It's gonna be buckets all day. Just watch.
And we've alluded to this episodes ago, but it's come up back in conversation. I've heard on different talk shows and whatnot, which is very interesting. And we put it up as a poll of how defensive and rebounding bigs are becoming undervalued. For example, throw it out there. We mentioned it. Well, you mentioned it. You had some choice words for Hassan Whiteside, right? So Hassan Whiteside, just throwing it out there before he transitioned, just throwing this out there. Last year, he averaged 15 points, 13 and a half rebounds, and 3 blocks, and this man is on a veteran's minimum.
It's how you get it.
But I'm saying, just look at where the landscape of the NBA is. This is in the 90s. That man is getting a max contract. Now, if you're a big that does that, but you can't shoot, you can't get buckets, you're on a veteran's minimum.
No, you can't play.
Anybody, if we didn't say it was Hassan Whiteside, and you heard, yo, I'm giving you a sensor, 15, 13 boards and 3.5 blocks. You're like, heck yeah, I'll take that. That joke is on a veteran's minimum, and he don't even play all the time. He get 10 minutes.
It's not the same, bro.
I completely agree. I'm just saying the value of this is where the NBA is going. You need bigs that's going to be able to stretch the floor. Stretch the floor. And of course, we off the court, Hassan Whiteside, they say I got a little attitude problem and all that stuff like so. That's obviously as you alluding to. It's Hassan Whiteside, so that plays a factor in it too. But
funny enough, you're saying all this. I actually worry about the Knicks the way they play because of that. That's why I don't think they can win a playoff series. They don't pace in space. Y'all don't pace in space. Like it's too clogged. Y'all play. Tim's got them playing 90s ball. It's 90s ball. Todd throwing the ball high post. Throwing the ball high post. It's constant high post action. You gotta have. Randall should be able to play the 5, and he can pace the floor around.
He's only 6'9" though. He can't play the 5.
They do it all the time. Brown was playing 5 in some of these Miami lineups. Like you gotta make the floor and have shooters around. You guys are not shooting with the series.
yeah, that's he can't go. I think if he would go 5 and y'all had shooters, that would be scary. Y'all don't have enough shooters though. They don't have enough
Your
shooters.
5 can push the ball and y'all all running. You're running, yo.
And looking at the East, the only time that would come into issue really when you see Philly, Joel Embiid.
Who would they play first round? Because I think Miami's jockeying for position in the 4 seed.
So right now they would play Milwaukee.
Who?
They would play Milwaukee.
Hey, it's not even about that though. That's a great season for the Knicks. And the Knicks are serious. I want to come bash Nick. I have nothing but good things to say about it for real. But
Do they have the tiebreaker with Miami?
no.
We have the tiebreaker.
No, so they need to move up. They need to move up. I think if they move up to the fifth seed, they move up. They're beating Atlanta first round. They have a way better chance.
Are they?
I like Atlanta over Milwaukee.
It's a 7-game series.
7-game series. I'm taking Knicks just because of the way they play defense. 7-game series.
They're gonna space the hell out of them, bro. It's gonna be they're gonna be fits.
Tibbs gonna put that on Clamp. I got if the Knicks move up.
Bro, when you can shoot like that, you can't do no good.
I got the Knicks moving up. Looking at these playing teams, any of these teams you think are a threat to the higher seeds? I think Boston is curtains, and they was curtains before Brown got hurt. They curtains. Hornets just don't look the same. No Hayward. LaMelo Ball is back, but they still don't look the same. You got Scary Terry getting 40 here and there every other night.
See that the little ball's back in the number one spot for the year away.
As you should.
Well, all he had to do was play a couple games.
Yeah, that's all he had to do was show up. To me, I don't know. I think if the voters, if they really had any sense, if LaMelo didn't show up for the rest of the season, all right, you might be able to finesse and try to put
Yeah, and he's playing well again. So
He's playing well again. But any of these teams you think are a threat?
if any team, I think it would be Washington, just because of the fact that Bradley Beal and Russ have found ways to get it done with. I mean,
Hachimura.
yes, with
Don't that
guys
sound like a name
that.
from Tekken or a Street Fighter or something like that? Hachimura.
There's Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Rui Hachimura.
So
I agree.
Yeah,
Out of all these teams, Washington is the only team I think is really going to have
I think Charlotte wins.
a threat. I think Charlotte's going to. I think it'll be Charlotte and Washington for that 7th AFC once the play-in is done. It'll be those two, right? And I think out of those two, let's say Charlotte gets that 7th seed. I think they'll get the 7th seed, right? They'll be facing Brooklyn. That's 4-0. Washington against Philly, I think Washington will be able to get at least 1 or 2 games in that series. Charlotte's getting swept by Brooklyn or Philly.
To go back to the LaMelo thing, I think the reason why he's actually in the lead now is not because he played, but because they're just a different team with him. They're just better. They're just better with him on the floor. But yeah, I agree with 100%. That I don't see.
If Hayward comes back, they might be able to get 1 game and one game. I can see one. Let's say they say Brooklyn, right? I can see 1 game. Kyrie birthday party. Katie. It's the first round. Y'all really don't need to show up. Y'all could really just have James Harden play the first round and y'all still get through.
I would agree.
So that's my point. KD might be like, "Oh, my pinky toe. Let's nurse it. Take my time. I'm gonna ice it for Game 4, and something like that."
I think the Nets have a harder road to the finals than the Lakers do.
Oh heck yeah, of course, yes. This is why I think y'all should have got the number 1 seed. Y'all gotta play at the number 2 seed. Y'all gonna have to see Milwaukee and Philly to get to there.
That's fine. I'm not really worried about that.
I'm just saying it's harder though.
I think they do. Yeah, I'm glad you agree. Okay, I think they do.
Well, y'all know the vibes though. Another great episode 100 live. We'll be doing these once a week. We'll still be having our Zoom episodes. Why? Because I live in the mountains and it's too far for everybody. So we're gonna be doing it once a week, giving y'all this great content, great sound. I know once y'all hear this, wow, the audio sounds so clear. Yes.
I hope they can hear me then.
Oh yeah, perfectly. I heard you and everything.
Now
so.
you want to come up here,
Do you think you can hear me?
bro? It sounds 10 times better up here than when you were back. But yeah, we can still hear you.
Yeah, of course. You're
Loud as
good.
hell.
You're good. Yeah. Especially passionate. Daniel Jones. Passionate right there. But
That's when he leaves.
They can hear you on Route 10.
hey yo, but y'all know the vibes. You stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Bench mob, we out. Peace.
Jeez.